Let's do a beautiful concept, and the concept which you are doing is angle of elevation of sun. For that, let's consider the sun first. And you can see we have the rays of light here, right, falling on the ground. Let's say these are the rays of light falling at 1 p.m. of the day, right? That's the time I'm considering. Now, when you look at these rays, they are falling on the ground and it's making angle with the ground, isn't it? These angles are actually called as angle of elevation of the sun. So it's a very simple concept. What is angle of elevation of the sun? It is the angle made by the sun rays of the sun with the ground, right? So these are angles of elevation of the sun at 1 p.m., the time which I have considered. Let's understand what can we say about these angles. If you look very carefully, these lines, they are parallel. And this ground, is it acting as a transversal? Yes, it is. So what can you say about these angles? What kind of angles are they? Yes, you're very correct. They are corresponding angles. And we know that if lines are parallel, corresponding angles are congruent. That means we are saying that these angles of elevation, which are formed at 1 p.m., they are equal. That means we can make a statement that at a given point of time in a day, angles of elevation of the sun are always equal. So at 1 p.m., if this angle is 50, this angle is also 50 degree, this angle is also 50 degree. At 2 p.m., if the angle is 40 degree, at that time this angle is also 40 degree, this angle is also 40 degree. That's the concept you have learned. Remember that, very important. Now what I'm doing is, let's say I consider a building here, observe, yes, and I consider a person here. Now we know that this building, it is perpendicular to the ground, right? And this person is also going to be perpendicular to the ground. You can see a triangle which is formed here, triangle ABC, and you can see a triangle which is formed here, PQR. Observe here, this building is AB and its shadow on the ground is BC, right? PQ is the height of the person and his shadow on the ground is QR, right? And that is forming the triangle here. My question to you is, what can you say about these two triangles? I mean to say that, are these two triangles similar? Think. Are these two triangles similar? Yes, you're very correct. They are. You know why? Because if this angle is 90, we know this angle is also 90. So one pair of angle is congruent. You know this angle at C and this angle at R. Are they congruent? Yes. Because they are the angles of elevation formed at a particular time of the day, and that is why they are equal. That means we are saying that these two triangles ABC and triangle PQR, we are saying that these two triangles are similar. Beautiful. And that is the concept which we'll be using at times in the sum. So we'll have sums where we'll have two objects given, the height and their shadows formed on the ground at the same time of the day. The moment they say at the same time of the day, understand that both the triangles which we have, they will be similar. But you need not prove them similar. You can just directly write that they are similar. And when you write them similar, you need not write reason as AA test of similarity. That is because of the concept which you have learned, right? Now you understood why that becomes similar. Yes. So what we learned right now is angle of elevation of the sun. It's very simple. As I said, it is an angle made by the ray of light with the horizontal. That horizontal can be the ground. And that is called as angle of elevation of the sun. Beautiful concept, right? Very important. Let's see a sum now based on this. Let's see the sum. The sum says that two vertical poles of height 8 meter and 4 meter are erected on a plain ground. Shorter pole casts a shadow of 6 meter. Find the length of the shadow casted by the longer pole at the same time. Okay, you have a word at the same time. Remember that. Okay. Now in this sum, actually in the book, we have the triangles given. But most of the times they may not give you the triangle. You'll have to create the triangle, draw the triangle based on this statement. Okay. Now let's see. It says two vertical poles of height 8 meter and 4 meter. So from the figure itself, you can understand the vertical poles are AC and PR. And their shadows on the ground. Their shadows are nothing but one is BC and the other one is QR. Right? We know that these two triangles are going to be similar because it says at the same time. That is why you have this angle Q, you have this angle B equal. Hence you get the triangles to be similar. But do we need to prove it? No, we can just directly write. But one thing is we just need to describe what are the poles, what are the shadows. Let's write it now. AC and PR, they are the two poles. So we write there very simply that AC and PR, they represent, right? They represent the poles of length 8 meter and 4 meter respectively. And now we have their respective shadows, right? BC is one and the QR is the other one. So we write there BC and QR represent their respective shadows on the ground at the same time of the day, right? Beautiful. Now we complete. So what happens because of this? We know that both the triangles are going to be similar. Beautiful. So we write that as the next statement. So we write there triangle ABC similar to triangle PQR. Do we need to write any reason? No. Just write that they are similar. What do we know? We are interested in finding the value of BC, that is X. What do we do? Yes, we know the triangles are similar. We are talking about corresponding sides. One thing we know that when triangles are similar, their corresponding sides are in proportion. That means their ratios are equal. Beautiful. So we write that now AB, right? Do we require AB? No, because there is no mention about AB and PQ. So we don't require that. So don't take that. Take the other two ratios. So we are taking BC upon QR is equal to AC upon PR. So we write there AC upon PR is equal to BC upon QR. You remember why we did this? We didn't want PQ and we didn't want AB, right? And we know the reason for this is CSST, corresponding sides of similar triangles. Now substitute the value. Value of AC we know. Yes, we write that. That is 8. Value of PR we know, that is 4. Value of BC is X and value of QR is 6, right? So now we want the value of X, so keep X on one side, take the numbers on the other side. So what do we get? 8 into 6 upon 4 on the left hand side, and that is equal to X. Beautiful. Now do the cancellation there. So it is so very simple. 4 1s are 4 2s are 8. 2 into 6 is 12. That means we get X is equal to 12, right? We got the value of X as 12. So that means we can write the final answer there. Length of the shadow casted by the longer pole, they said. So now we write that as the final answer, that the length of the shadow casted by the longer pole is 12 meter. Wasn't that easy? A beautiful sum, right? But a very easy one.